the kind of scout who loves the idea of adventure and excitement? Well, I am too. Hi, I'm Dave, and this is my friend Gene. And we have big news. Boy Scouts of America and Polaris are teaming up to bring ATVs to high adventure bases like Philmont Scout Ranch, Summit Bethel Reserve, and other local select camps. Here's our buddy Mark from Polaris. Tell us how this partnership has Polaris excited.
Dave, Polaris is very honored to be partnering with the Boy Scouts of America. We can't wait to gear up and begin riding with such a great organization.
If you've never ridden an ATV before, you're in for a real treat. They'll change the way you experience nature. Learning to ride ATVs safely and respecting the environment is one more way Scouts can develop the leadership skills they're being grounded in. As you know, Polaris makes the #1 off-road vehicle. Some things they hold firm to are safety, respecting the outdoors, and most of all, having fun. There are a lot of different sizes of ATVs, and you always need to make sure you're riding the one that's right for you. If you're under 16, you don't need to be on a full-size ATV. Is that right, Mark?
That's right, Dave. And if you ever have any questions about ATV sizes, you can look up the SVIA Golden Rules for safety information and the right size ATV for you.
When you're ready to ride, make sure you only ride on designated trails and at a safe speed. Well, there you have it. With the partnership between Boy Scouts of America and Polaris, we know the future will be full of fun and adventure for Scouts. Hey, Gene, wait up!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a particularly important Trek on Tuesday. We are talking all about our annual Helmet Hair Don't Care contest, which is sponsored by Polaris. And usually it gives us a chance to offer up a really cool prize package. But today is very special. Tag everybody you can in the comments because we're giving away an actual helmet today, a new riding helmet from Polaris. I think we have a picture of that. It's a pretty sweet prize, a great value when all we're asking you to do is comment for a chance to win. And we will have this shipped your way. Pretty cool, right? We don't usually get this, but that's not where all the prizes end today. If you enter the Helmet Hair Don't Care contest, of course, there is an awesome prize package, as there always is. And then the real gift is getting to ride ATVs and being part of the Polaris ATV program. And that's happening at Scouts or at camps all across the country. If you want to see if your camp is running the program, we have a Aaron on Scouting blog post where it's talking about some of the camps running those programs. We also have there's a location map on Polaris's website. We'll be showing you that URL throughout the show. But go.scoutlife.org/ATV camps is a great place to start. Again, we're giving away a helmet today. All you have to do to enter to win is comment. So keep those comments coming, seeing those rolling in wherever you're watching. I'm watching your comments. We'll be drawing for a winner at the end of the day. We are very lucky to have a special guest with us today. It's Krista Steele. She is an Eagle Scout, super cool, and she won the contest last year. Krista, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So you are a Scout through and through. Tell us where you are right now.
I'm at Bird Adams Scout Camp in Covington, Georgia right now. I actually am staffing all summer this year.
Yeah. So she became an Eagle Scout last November, which is pretty cool. Distinction in this Helmet Hair Don't Care contest. We are just asking for a photo of you, after you've taken off a helmet doing any sport, right? Any sport. But we're really lucky with you, Krista, because what's your helmet sport of choice? What were you riding when you took your helmet off for the photo that won you the contest?
So I'm a race car driver, so I was racing my go-karts.
Okay, super cool. Proof that you could be doing a number of things. I believe last year's winner was riding dirt bikes when she took hers off. So there you go. But the helmet up for grabs is an ATV helmet, and the prize package that I'm going to review with you guys a little bit later has some specific gear for ATV riding. So again, if you're looking for a place you can put that stuff to use, we've got some links that can show you camps across the country where you can take advantage of this. Okay, Krista, how did you do you ride ATVs as well?
I do, actually. I used to ride my four-wheeler all over my yard. Like, my dad couldn't get me off of it. I love riding ATVs all the time.
And you're a camp girl, so you've been to many camps. You've trained to be a staffer at camp, and you've been a staffer for a couple years now. So do they have ATVs at the camp you're at right now?
The camp I'm at currently does not have an ATV program, but I do want to go to a camp, maybe even later this year, that has an ATV program, because I love ATVs and I love driving things, and I think that I would really enjoy going to a camp that has that.
Absolutely. And they don't all have ATV programs necessarily yet, but if you are part of a camp that wants some more information on how they can take part in the ATV program, there are ways. Stay tuned with us today. Keep the comments rolling and we'll talk about how you can take advantage of that. Krista, you kind of talked on it, but how did you get into riding? Did you say you were racing golf carts? Go-karts. Sorry.
Go-karts, yeah.
How'd you get into that?
So when I was really little, my dad used to work on Power Wheels, and so I had one of those, and he soups it up, and I went to Atlanta Motor Speedway one day, and I drag raced it, and I won, and I was like, Dad, that's so cool. And then I had a four-wheeler, and I raced that around my yard a whole bunch. Like I said, he couldn't get me off of it, and then I started racing go-karts one day when I went to a practice, and I've been racing them for about 6-7 years now.
Very cool. What would you say your favorite part of either racing go-karts or riding ATVs or both is?
I'd probably just say that I love the speed of it, honestly. I love the adrenaline and I love the speed of it. Racing has always been my favorite thing.
Very cool. Do you feel like you're going to be able to carry that through for a while? What are your goals with that? Maybe you don't have any. That's okay too.
I have some thoughts on it. Like, I definitely want to keep racing. Whatever I do, I want to race, but we'll see how the future goes, though.
Well, I'm sure you're an excellent racer, period, but I also just say yay for representing girls out there racing. That's pretty cool. Aaron comments, he's a friend and regular host of the show, #HelmetHairDon'tCare. He's on vacation, lucky Aaron, but we're very glad he tuned in today. Rusty with Cub Scout Pack 92 and Pack 84, thank you for tuning in. Jason commenting along, y'all, we need your comments to be rolling in. You guys realize you are able to, what's up for grabs today is a helmet from Polaris, just for watching and commenting along with the show. That's not even the Helmet Hair Don't Care contest, which we're going to get more into later. Again, that's what Krista won last year. She won it racing go-karts. She's also ridden ATVs. I want to talk to you specifically about your ATV riding. Do you have any advice for other scouts about riding safely, and wearing proper gear?
I would say definitely wear the proper gear. It's it's better to be safe than sorry. You definitely want to wear the proper gear so that you don't get hurt, because you want to have fun riding ATVs, but you can do that with safety gear. So you want to make sure you're always wearing the right safety gear and keep yourself safe first.
Fantastic. So you entered the Helmet Hair Don't Care contest last year. Can you tell us a little bit about how you found it, how you entered, and what it was like to win?
So I found it on Facebook, and when I figured out that I won, I was like so surprised and I was so excited. And then I got some gifts in the mail from Polaris. I got a helmet and some gloves and a bag and some goggles, and I was like, this stuff is really, really cool, and I was really, really excited about it.
That's so cool. It's worth a lot of money, that gear. And
it's really nice gear.
Well, it's not like we get a decent amount of photos, but you have a great chance of winning by just participating. We'll talk about the ways that you can enter, or if you want to jump ahead and learn that yourself, you can go to bsa.scoutlife.org/Polaris. You can enter the #HelmetHairDon'tCare giveaway to win prizes. The easiest way I know to enter is to use that hashtag on like an Instagram photo. You'd have to make sure you're posting from an account that's public for them to be able to track that entry, but it's totally worth it. You can maybe post it with your parents' permission on their parents' Instagram if that's what's public. Shout out to Bethany. Bethany was with Cub Scout Pack 32 of Versailles, Kentucky, and Troop 43G, Versailles, Kentucky. Bethany, by commenting, you just entered for a chance to win a helmet today. We're talking to Krista about her experience winning the #HelmetHairDon'tCare contest last year. That's not her only big accomplishment of the last couple of years. You're also an Eagle Scout, like we mentioned. What was your journey in scouting? What did that look like? Why did you start? Tell us all about it.
So I started going to camps with my dad when he used to work at camps. And so when I started going to camps with him, I got really, really interested and I loved summer camps. I loved any type of scout camp I could go to. And so when I found out that girls could be in Cub Scouts, I was so excited. And I told my dad, I was like, I really, really want to be in Cub Scouts. So I was part of an early adopter pack. And then when I could cross over into Boy Scouts, I worked my hardest to get to Eagle because that was an ultimate goal for me. And once I got it, I was in tears of joy because scouting has been a really big part of my life.
Okay, fantastic. I have some follow-up questions. How cool that you started as a Cub Scout. So you've really seen the program, the way a lot of scouts have. So cool. What's your dad's background? Shout out to your dad, by the way. I know he's been a big help with this. What's your dad's scouting background? How was he already involved?
So my dad is also an Eagle Scout. He was in scouting when he was young, and when he got older, he started working at summer camps and just camps in our council. And so when he started working, we both work at Bird Adams Scout Camp now, but he's my scoutmaster currently, actually.
That's super cool. And it's super cool that, while you're, in his span of parenting you, girls were welcomed in the program. So we got to have that experience with you. That's very exciting. And then your Eagle Project, you talked about how emotional it was to actually earn that highest rank in scouting. What was your project? Tell us a little bit about that.
So, in my hometown, we have a church, and the Methodist men at the church have a chicken queue every Saturday. And so they needed a food prep table for their chicken queue. So they were like, hey, can you build me a food prep table? We would really appreciate it. And I was like, yes, of course I can. And so I built them a food table for their chicken queues. And they have started using it. So
very cool. Very creative idea. I imagine that took a lot of work and teamwork. I know that those Eagle projects are no joke. So great job there. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. No, thank you. Thank you for helping your community. Shout out to Bria. Bria, thanks for helping set this up, and thanks for watching along with today's show. Amy from Pack 713 is watching. Y'all, every time you every time you submit a comment, you're entering for a chance to win today's prize for watching, which is a Polaris helmet. I think we have a picture of that. All you have to do is comment for a chance to win. That's the first kind of big giveaway we're talking about here, which honestly, that is a big giveaway. Helmets are not cheap, right, Krista?
No, I just had to buy a new helmet, and it's
pricey.
They're not cheap at all.
And you all know this, scouters watching out there, but helmets are rated for different activities. This is an ATV riding helmet. We're going to talk about why that's needed in a few minutes, but I want to talk about the Helmet Hair Don't Care contest. Krista, you touched on it, but what was it like to win? Do you remember actually taking the photo that won?
I don't remember taking the photo, but I remember seeing it like a couple months later, and I was like, oh my goodness, why does that photo but it really exemplifies, it really shows what it is, what it's like in the racing world, what it looks like when you take the helmet off. You don't always look pretty, like all these NASCAR drivers,
You're sweaty, it's hot. Yeah.
Yes.
That's what we were before the show. I was thinking, really, it should be Helmet Hair Don't Care. Basically, every time you wear a helmet, at least where Kristen and I live, you're going to be sweaty when you take it off. You're going to have to take a shower anyway. So who cares? I love seeing the Helmet Hair Don't Care photo submissions. We're going to look at those in just a few minutes. But I want to remind everybody how to enter. Behind the Scenes Brian keeps putting that URL up at the bottom of the screen. And when you enter the Helmet Hair Don't Care contest, you're entering for a prize package that includes a bag, goggles, helmet, and gloves. So it's a pretty good prize package. There are two big ways to enter. You can send a photo of your helmet hair by heading to the link at the bottom of the screen, or post your photo to your Instagram account with the hashtag Helmet Hair Don't Care. You can also enter the Polaris safety, or take the Polaris safety quiz. That's an entry. That link at the bottom of the screen will also take you to the quiz. We're going to talk about the things you need to know to pass that quiz with flying colors today. Krista, you entered with a photo, right?
Yes, I did.
Do you remember if you did it through a submission form or Instagram? It was so long ago. You probably don't.
I don't remember. I don't.
But again, Reminder, if you're going to do it on Instagram, make sure you're doing it from an account that isn't private, just to make sure that your submission is seen. I know people get hung up with that. Again, bsa.scoutlife.org/Polaris. I think we have a few photos of, again, we get a decent amount of photos, but you have a good chance of winning once you see how many entries there are and just, on a grand scale. I think we have a few photos of people who've already submitted this year. Maybe, let's see. Okay. Yeah. Quintessential. He is so dirty. That is funny. I can't tell exactly what he's doing. He looks like he is on an ATV to me.
It seems like motocross to me.
You think he's on a dirt bike or something?
I think it's motocross. Yeah.
Okay. That is hilarious. Yeah, his jersey does look like motocross. Okay. Love it. That's the essence right there. Okay. What is his? I'm trying to see what is he? What is this? Do you have a guess? This does not look like ATV.
My guess would be something on pavement because that looks like a pavement track. Maybe like I have no idea.
Oh, go-kart. I think it's go-kart because I can see his medal says like go-kart race. Looks like he won something. You would be able to confirm or deny that. Is it possible it's go-kart?
Possible. Yeah, it's possible that it's go-karts on an asphalt track.
Do you still do go-karts?
I do. Actually, I have a race this weekend for go-karts.
Good luck. So will you leave camp for the weekend?
I will leave camp for the weekend. But I'll come back the next day and be a troop guide for troops. And
You're
that's what I love about it.
busy. That's very awesome. Again, what's pretty cool about, youth like Krista and a lot of people who have won this, a lot of the scouts who have won this, not all of the activities where you're wearing a helmet are necessarily part of the scouting program, but that doesn't mean we don't say, hey, yes, go do, we support your sport. You're not necessarily going to do it at camp, and it's maybe not in the Guide to Safe Scouting, but that doesn't mean we don't support our scouts going out and pursuing, whatever their passions are with their families. Okay, here's a group photo. Mostly looking at these girls, I can't, as I go from left to right, it's becoming more obvious that they definitely were riding something dirty, probably ATVs based on those patches. I can see the dirt on their faces. Their hair all fared fairly well under their helmet, but they don't care. They just don't care.
I think that's the best part of it.
Yeah, you were talking about that before we went live. I want to talk more about that in just a second. But just a reminder for everybody watching that Helmet Hair Don't Care contest is running right now. You have a chance to enter to win. Krista won it last year. bsa.scoutlife.org/Polaris is the place to go. You can also use hashtag Helmet Hair Don't Care on a photo on Instagram. I guess we didn't really explain it. What we want to see is your hair after you take off your helmet, doing whatever activity you choose. ATVs would be awesome, but there's all kinds of other things. You could be horseback riding. You could be go-kart racing. You're taking off your helmet, snap a photo, post it. It's that easy. You can also submit it online if you're not into Instagram. Shout out to Wolfgang who's watching. Dennis from Crew 2215. Thank you all for tuning in. Every time you comment along with today's show, you're entering for a chance to win a helmet, an ATV riding helmet. So if you know some kids who are at summer camp, scouts who are at summer camp, I hope you're tagging their parents or them in the comments so they get a chance to win, to tune into this video right now and a chance to win this helmet. Pretty sweet. Yeah, so you were talking about that idea of how you feel when you take off that helmet. You really don't care, right?
No idea. I don't. There's been many times after I've won a race that I take my helmet off and everybody's kind of looking at me crazy, and I'm like, why are they looking at me like that? But I guess it's because my hair is all crazy because it's hot and you're sweaty, but you don't care because you just enjoyed what you were doing, and that's the best part about it.
Yeah, you were talking about that adrenaline pumping. I think that was such a great way to put it. You just you're in a different plane. Your head's in a different space. You really don't care what you look like. I think that's obviously your priorities are in order if that's how you feel. I want to go through the ATV 7 golden rules of safety. These are the ATV Safety Institute's golden rules. Always wear a DOT compliant helmet, gloves, long sleeves, long pants, over the ankle boots, and gloves. That's an important point because the prize pack that we are giving away includes those DOT compliant elements. Never ride on paved roads except to cross when done safely and permitted by law. Another vehicle could hit you. ATVs are designed to be operated off highway. Never ride under the influence of alcohol or drugs. never carry a passenger on a single rider ATV, and no more than one passenger on an ATV specifically designed for 2 people. Let me read that again. Never carry a passenger on a single rider ATV, and no more than one passenger on an ATV specifically designed for 2 people. Ride an ATV that's right for your age. I think you all saw that in the intro video. Supervise riders younger than 16. ATVs are not toys. Ride only on designated trails and at a safe speed. Take a hands-on ATV ride course or the free online e-course. You guys can find these rules at the URL at the bottom of our screen. Oh, well, you just saw them on screen. I wasn't looking at that, so you can see it. But you can also head to atvsafety.org for more there. Pretty cool. Oh, Brian, I'm just seeing a note from behind the scenes. Brian, he says that last photo of the 4 girls were holding up ATV patches, which is pretty cool. Maybe we'll take a look at that photo again in a bit. So we just overviewed those safety rules. So you're set up right now. You're mentally in a place to take that Polaris BSA safety quiz, which is one of the ways you can enter the Helmet Hair Don't Care contest. You go to go.scoutlife.org/ATV safety quiz. Have you ever taken that, Krista? Probably not. Just the online quiz.
I don't think that I have, but I think I would hope that I could pass it.
I bet that you could. It seems like you've been riding for a long time, but that's what's pretty cool about if you are, like maybe you have a scout who wants to go to camp, wants to go to an ATV, go on a Polaris ATV program. It walks you through all of the safety elements of it. They don't necessarily have to have a background in riding ATVs. They're going to be prepared, learn the safety rules, be held up against the age standards and the, size standards of what size ATV they need to be riding. So it's a great place to get started or continue a passion in ATVs. You all, if you have questions for Krista, we don't put her on the spot. I'll definitely be reading them and vetting them. But if you have any questions for Krista, this is your chance. We have a few minutes left. I'll say 3 minutes left before we're going to close our entries for the helmet giveaway. Again, we are giving a helmet away. All you have to do to enter to win is comment along with today's shows. Tagging someone in the comments counts, so keep those coming. Kamalakar, hello. Thank you for tuning in. You said you had to buy a helmet recently. What was it for?
So I have a new hobby that I've grown interest in. It's a Legends car, a US Legends car. So there's certain it's like a mini, it's a really small looking car, and it's like a 1-seater, and it's a 5-speed. It's basically, it has like a motorcycle engine put in it, and it's like they race them. Where I race it is at Atlanta Motor Speedway, but there's certain like requirements you have to have on the helmet. So I had to go find one that was compliant to this certain type of racing, which I think is true in a lot of things. I mean, you need to have like something that's compliant to what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. It needs to be rated for whatever sport you're doing. That's absolutely right. If we go through some of those, like rock climbing has its own helmets, cycling has its own helmets, ATVs have their own helmets. So yeah, absolutely. Whatever sport you're doing should be rated for the helmet. Very cool. You are a car girl, right?
Yes,
Race girl. Racing in all forms, it seems like. I hope that you get to go to an ATV camp, and honestly, you might staff it at some point. It seems like you're ready for that. Polaris.com/en-us/boy-scouts/camps is where you can find the map I was talking about earlier, where it shows camps around the country where you can go take part in a Polaris ATV program. We are very, very grateful to Polaris for putting up prizes for us to be able to give away today for the #HelmetHairDon'tCare prize package and for these awesome camps around the country. You want to head to that link too if you have a camp and you want to, maybe talk about starting a Polaris ATV safety camp or program at your camp. This is the way to do that. It can be done. So check that out. Don't think, we just don't have it. So whatever. Krista, I'm about to let you go, but I want to know. So you're an Eagle Scout. You are at your staff. You do everything, it seems like. What are your goals next? Like what's next for you?
Right now, I don't even know. There's so
Make it to
many
this
things.
weekend.
Yeah, make it through.
You have a race.
Um, this week is a really good week already, and I'm really excited for week. So
Fantastic. Well, you have lots of time to decide, and it sounds like lots of passions, and we really appreciate you and your dad making time to make this happen for us today. Congrats on last year's win. Congrats on becoming an Eagle Scout. Thank you for serving at camp. You are welcome back on the show anytime to talk. You have so many interesting stories. You do so many interesting things. We really appreciate you, Krista.
thank you so much.
We'll let you go. You got to go back to work.
Yeah,
Have a good rest of your day. Make sure you show everybody the video. You know, I'm kind of a big deal.
thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed it.
We appreciate you. See you, Krista.
See ya.
Everyone watching, stay with the stream. I am going to be picking a winner for our Helmet Hair Don't Care live stream comment giveaway right now. This winner is going to be taking home a helmet. Well, you won't even have to take it home. We'll ship it to your home. I'm using my super fancy comment picker right now. Let's see. Okay, I think we got somebody. I'm writing down the name, making it official. So to this person, keep an eye on your Facebook messages. Message you after the show to get your address, and we'll ship this your way. We'll have it shipped your way. Our winner from Crew 2215 is Dennis Crowley. You're the brand new owner of a Polaris ATV riding helmet. How cool! Hope you can use it. You're in a crew, so it seems likely that you might go on an ATV trek at some point. If you're looking for ATV treks near you, they're all around the country, different safety programs. Well, the same Polaris safety program at different camps around the country. go.scoutlife.org/ATV camps is where you're going to find out more about that. Before we let everybody go, I'd like to go over one more time the Helmet Hair Don't Care contest and show those photos. If we can show the photos as I'm telling you ways to enter. You can enter at bsa.scoutlife.org/Polaris. You can submit your photo right there. The contest rules are on that page. You could go to your Instagram account and use the hashtag Helmet Hair Don't Care, posting a photo of you or your scout after they've taken off their helmet after whatever they did, whatever their helmet sport of choice is. You can also take the Polaris safety quiz, and that enters you for a chance to win. All you'll need to know is that ATV Safety Institute's 7 golden rules that we went through earlier in today's show. If after today's show is live, you will be able to link this video. You could show it at a unit meeting or send it out in an email to encourage your scouts to apply or enter the Helmet Hair Don't Care contest. There's a great chance to win. And again, you're entering for a chance to win a bag, goggles, a helmet, and gloves. That's an incredible value. Hundreds of dollars you would be saving. Those helmets are not cheap. Again, Dennis Crowley, you won today's helmet for watching today's show, but that prize package is still up for grabs. I think we've covered it all. This was a really fun show. I was so glad that we got to talk to Krista. That was pretty cool. She is quite an accomplished young woman and an Eagle Scout. I'm very excited to hopefully get to talk to our winner for this year whenever they win. Keep those entries coming. We'll be showing you those photos as they roll in. Everybody, thanks for tuning in today. Tag somebody in the comments who needs to watch today's video. And thank you, Polaris, for always letting us do these once a year. Helmet Hair Don't Care contests. They're so fun, and our scouts love it. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We will see you Friday. Actually, we'll be on tomorrow for Troop Talk Live, Friday for Cub Chat Live, and next Tuesday, we'll be back for Trek on Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. See you next time.